Tuesday, I'll may not be there.
All right, now you're set.
She didn't send us the budget or anything.
How's it going? Yeah, how are you? Good.
So do we know what we did last month?
We had it all set, pretty much
Right,
set.
yeah.
What I'm saying, that it's supposed to be voted on tonight so that we can send it to you guys on next month, so that it gets approved. So what's we going to do?
Guess we'll have to take it to council in July and just hope we don't get in trouble.
Now, there's nothing in there that's,
Well, would anything have changed from what we talked about before?
No, she was just gonna put
no,
it
she's
together.
just putting it together.
So I would
Can we
say,
vote on what we put together last time? Because we did put it together last time.
yeah, we just don't, I didn't write down the numbers, I don't think.
It has to be presented. We have to vote on it. So that's approved, and then it goes to them. It's supposed to be with them. It's not that big a deal because there's nothing in there really that is,
Right.
that we wouldn't.
I think
matter.
you guys will just have to approve it at your June meeting and
Right.
send it to us in July. I mean, it's a month off, but that's the way it is.
Yep.
You just can't,
COVID.
you just can't spend any money until the city approves it.
Which is,
All I gotta say,
That's what everyone else
you
does.
get it, yeah, you get another month for sure.
so we can do the minutes. If everybody wants to look at those quick, or if they already have. And approve those.
A second.
All in favor? Anyone opposed? So treasurer report, we'll wait until next month. And if she can't be here, we'll get it one way or another.
Yeah.
At least, I don't care so much about the treasurer report, but
The
the
budget.
actual budget, we need to get that and then we'll just move it
Yeah.
to next month.
If she can email it to us, I
Right.
can get it
We
here.
can- yeah.
so that's
No
not a
biggie.
big deal.
Michigan Main Street Program.
So I did purchase like a series of trainings about the Main Street program. And actually they were free, sorry, I didn't purchase those. And there's like a bunch of little videos in there to watch to see if that is something this group is interested in taking on. It mainly kind of just, it matches right with what we already do. It's just that it kind of helps form like a group of volunteers that get a little more involved in the downtown. And like the vacant buildings, they focus on getting those, full and maybe programs downtown. They visit the business owners and like try to keep a. It's for downtown specifically, but what it does is kind of just like it's like a champion for actually the businesses right downtown. So, I mean, I don't know,
Yeah, it's not a bad program. They have a 4-point.
I mean, it's not,
It's based on the National Main Street Center
Yeah.
system, so it's not just a Michigan thing. A lot of different states with a lot of DDAs in particular kind of have their own chapter, I guess you could call it, but it is based on the National Main Street program. The challenge, the hard work is coming up with enough volunteers to put together 4 subcommittees. So the committees are like economic restructuring, marketing, programs and events. So it's, there's a big push there for committees.
it's supposed to be volunteer based.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that, if you don't get the volunteers, you don't really, I mean,
And you don't have a.
yeah, and nothing hurts to like start the process and see if we get the volunteers or we don't, but it opens more funding doors for grants and other opportunities like that.
I
But
think so.
It does.
I will say that it hasn't been a growing program for Michigan. In fact, I've actually seen like the number of communities in Michigan that are Main Street communities has actually kind of isolated a little bit. So it's not like a steady growing in popularity. It's just been kind of unsteady flow.
And the RRC program that we belong to, they have like assistance dollars that we still have access to. So if there's anything that it would cost to be part of the main, you know, they would help us with some of that
Yeah.
programming money. But we could watch a couple of videos about Main Street and then talk about whether it's something we want to move forward with.
The videos might be good to kind
Yeah.
of check that box on education anyway, right?
Mhm.
So,
And you can get a hold of those?
Yep, I have them, I downloaded them, so I mean, I could show one here, some like month when we don't have a lot going on or something, and just kind of watch a couple of those videos and give everybody access if they want to watch them on their own. So,
yes, let's just watch them.
If they're volunteers, do they have to be on a DDA,
no,
right? They can be
right,
of
we
the
can,
community, but they can still,
right,
they don't have to be on the board.
so the board would probably back the program, but maybe break up into trying to get
Yeah.
other volunteers to help.
Right.
Yeah.
Where does a volunteer do?
Well, like, say you wanted to do a bunch of downtown events, they would run downtown and, you know, work with all the businesses, put something together. Maybe they want to do a marketing program. Kind of some of the things we're doing right now, like in our office, like right now, we're putting together like coasters that would go into the bars or whatever.
Right.
We're designing them, we're putting them together, but this would be more like hands-on for people who are really involved in the downtown. And so, I mean, it may not be something that we find helpful, but I think that getting more people involved in downtown can't be a bad thing.
Well, or more people, period.
Right.
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 Involved in that.
Well, like whether, you know, I mean, like we have businesses that, I mean, maybe they work with businesses to encourage everybody to be open, you know, certain number of hours so that we have stores to shop in and like, so one's not open when the other one's closed. And so there's more things to do in downtown. They just have a wild, long list of ideas and things that you can think of. I mean, we wouldn't even, they're just from everywhere. So I think that mostly the access is, yeah,
This page with this 4 things, those are the 4 committees that they want.
but the access to the resources that the Main Street program provides, I think is what's pretty cool.
So it's economic vitality, design, organization, and promotion.
And then, I mean, we could talk about the list of people who belong in Main Street and then, you know, are already Main Street, like downtown Lansing, Old Town. You know, there's probably Claire, I don't know, there's a lot, if you think of a town that has a proper downtown like we have, quite a few of them belong. I don't know if Grayling does,
Grayling is on here.
you know, so,
So how many are on that map now? Because that list used to be twice as long 15 years ago. When I first came to Michigan and looked at that map, there were twice as many communities on that list. So that's why I say it's kind of waxed and waned and popular in 27. You know. That looks like a short list to me. 15 years ago, there were twice as many dots on the map. So I'm not saying that it's a bad program. I'm just saying it's not like redevelopment ready communities, which is growing in population effect. It's just kind of swelled in popularity.
But what have we got to lose?
Nothing.
well, I think one of the reasons that RRC has grown is because they're attaching that to funding.
Yes.
I mean, that was one of the reasons we started looking at it, is that just almost every grant you apply for said you have to be engaged in RRC.
Exactly.
If you want it,
Oh,
if you want the money, you need to jump through the hoop.
I wonder what you do in a loathing company. Self-loathing.
But it does have some, it does have some great, I mean, I just think the resources are really
Good
nice.
chairs to do that. in.
Well, it gives you a door to open up for maybe another grant of some
So
sort.
I'll probably, you guys read through this stuff, see what you think, and then I can, you know, bring the first video next time and we just watch what we want of it and
How long is it? Maybe 20 minutes or something?
There's like 10 of them or something,
No.
so, but we would just watch like the first one, and half an hour, 40 minutes or
Probably
something.
get Twilligers to set it up.
We could do that. We
Why
could,
don't we do it right now?
Put it on the big screen.
yeah. Do you guys want to
I'm
watch
not
it now? I
kidding.
mean, I can probably bring it up, but
In 10 minutes.
I think they're longer than 10 minutes, so,
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
get them going in 10 minutes.
oh, yeah. So,
Just two people quizzed me about how quick this was gonna be already.
all right, we're not doing it tonight.
Yeah. Sorry,
Next time.
yeah. What else you got? Training,
Um,
Or the same.
yeah, it's
Same.
kind of the same thing.
Same thing.
But there is a really nice downtown. I don't, if anybody wants to go, I mean, getting close to time to decide, but that,
Charlevoix,
yeah, that looks like an excellent training, actually.
Charlevoix sucks, so no one likes to go there.
Really. And if you had to spend the night, there's a hotel you can reserve a room at, so.
Are you going?
I wish I was, but I have an election training that morning, so I cannot go. But I would love to. Kim and I both talked about going, but it starts like late Thursday. They do something Thursday night and then it's all day Friday or whatever, but if anybody decides they want to do that, then we can get you signed up, but if not, then I'm sure there'll be more to come. Because that moves us into number 5, which is the DDA, the MDA, and I did get us signed up for that. I think it was $125. Gives us, the entire board and staff, access to all the training and all that stuff at a discounted rate. And their resources on their website, so. I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that one. It was just silly not to for $125. So.
I really like that group because they have really a tight sense of just camaraderie. Like, it's just, you know, it's a really nice network. Like if you get to know people in the MBA. It's like.
Everybody I talked to get set up was really nice and
It's super nice.
yeah.
They're just super nice people. So it's like a membership. Like you're, there's really good camaraderie. Whereas when you're in the Main Street program, there's no network of camaraderie. It's just you and a pipeline between you and the NBC. In the Main Street program. Whereas MBA is like a web, a network of all these people who get to know each other, and it's a great. It's a great resource that way.
budget is not here.
On hold.
On hold. We'll hold until next month. We, this Face Forward project is the fence, if you didn't notice, coming into town.
Oh, yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, they're all done and they're ready for their money, so.
Yeah,
Corner of West and Grand River.
what do you do when you're done? Because I think my
Call
cider
it.
might actually get the last 2 pieces up
Call and say you're done,
next
and
week
then
or next month. It'd be amazing.
I drive by and test it, and then we say, okay, you can get your money.
All right, we can stop by next week. I'll have a beer for you.
Oh, that's,
It's looking pretty good. I just gotta
yeah,
get
so we'll just,
gravel.
I've already approved hers or whatever, theirs, and finalized it,
How
filled
much
it
are
in. We owe them, $3,542.31.
You guys are approving that.
It's already,
Well, last time we made a motion to approve that it was done and
okay, we can do that. We're spending
I
money, but
believe you. You've
It's-
seen it.
yeah, you seen it too, because if you drove by it, you
Yeah.
seen it.
I motion to approve.
I mow it.
Give me a second.
I second.
There we go. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So we'll get them their money. They've already paid the bill.
that one.
Yeah. They've already paid their bill of $5,060.44. But we'll reimburse them now.
I never heard of that fence company, but I'm gonna call them for a fence on my property.
Over in Perry, was it Perry?
Yeah, I checked out their
Yeah.
website too. It looks pretty good.
Dave? Nothing? He's got the carnival in town and he's looks like he's tired already, and they just got into town. So he's got a week of them. Anybody got anything else?
A couple things.
Why?
So, we've been eyeballing those banners as you go through other towns that have the senior class on them. And I didn't know if the DDA was interested in trying to start that program.
That would be cool. Where is it?
So like,
Over in
has
Corona,
it.
they have a
I've seen it
picture
in
of the
Corona.
student.
I saw it in Corona, I
has
saw it
their
in
name
Claire, I've
underneath
seen
it
it in a
on
couple of
the
other,
poles Going around town.
Of each student graduating that year.
yeah.
They have like,
So we would have to switch them
2 on a
out or
pole or something
something
like that.
and we
how
can,
many students?
we probably have 100 or
Oh,
so.
wow.
I was gonna say, I've also seen, like, I know in Morris, they have the push-in signs and stuff, pictures on the wall. It's like, so,
Hey, Kim, you got any more details on what you found out about that?
What are you looking for?
The,
They're about $2 a 2x4 flag.
what?
You could probably put 2 on each pole.
All I got was 2x4. I'm like, what's a 2x4? So, but like in other places, the school kind of paid for it the first year or whatever, but I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get that. So I mean, we're just trying to figure out if anybody's interested in doing that. We've been asked about it and we thought, well, we'll just see.
So I guess I'm not understanding at all. They take the flag, like for each pole
Where you got Wolfpack, it would be a kid's face.
on each side, there'd be a different face.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 on every pole.
Yep.
And you
Oh, they're separate.
do something with the flag afterwards, you give it to
They
the,
get them.
The student gets it.
you do the same face on both sides.
Must be, because they get their flag.
Okay, so you,
There'll be 2 separate flags up there.
okay, there's 2 separate flags,
One on each side.
one facing each direction, which is a different person.
Right.
Okay, so you get 2 for 1 on each pole. And then you give the flag to the senior after it hangs there for the month of whatever.
Right.
Okay,
If we have 100 students, how many poles do we
We
have?
got like 30 something, don't we, Dave?
we're around 27.
You know, some students would opt out.
So that's-
And some might opt out. I mean,
It's up to the student whether they want to do that or not, obviously.
right.
Say
So
half
what
would opt out.
what if they, so if they say they want it in, they buy the flag, or the DDA would buy the flags for them?
It sounded like,
Corona had a group that bought them for the students. They're between $50 and $54 per
Oh.
flag.
per
These are
flag.
set.
And just some students decided they didn't want their picture up there.
Right.
You know, about $5,000 you would basically, right? I mean, approximately. And you're giving it away.
They can also, you can also get sponsors and they put the sponsors at the bottom of the flag, of the student.
mom and dad.
Yeah, the sponsor is.
I
the
mean, I
mom and
guess
dad.
our concern would be if we offered that up, that if there were kids that wanted to do it and couldn't afford it, you know.
Well, that was the other thing. I was just thinking, how do you, boy, that sounds hairy. to me.
We don't have to pursue it any further.
Yeah,
How did they put all of the senior class over? Because they would be about the same size, a little bigger than us.
I would say they're bigger than us, but they must switch them out. I mean,
Yeah, because I think they only had about 10 up in that little area. I'm sure they switched them out throughout the week or throughout the, couple months or so, end of the year.
Oh. That's something you guys, we haven't bought the flags to replace the ones we need to get replaced yet, right?
Correct.
yeah, I would,
but they want.
She knows I'm coming, I just haven't been.
Correct.
I would rather invest in flags that are reusable. And I kind of get a queasy feeling out of this idea that, some kids' faces are up and others aren't, and it kind of becomes this kind of
Who was the best
almost
kid in class?
popularity
Yeah.
contest thing. It just kind of makes me. feel queasy.
I don't think that when I see them, I think it's cool, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's up to the students whether they want their face up there or not.
Yeah, because you're kind of, yeah, that'd be
It doesn't cost them. If they don't want them.
correct.
As long as there's not like a. Selection committee.
No, it would be, everybody is eligible to participate if we did it, you know, and, but my concern would be if we didn't get sponsors that people be left out just because they can't afford it. I don't know. Maybe the insurance companies are sponsors.
Unless they volunteer to help. They volunteer for one of your projects.
Oh,
or
there you
something.
go.
There? Oh, that's not a bad idea. How about having student volunteers on 4 committees?
There you go.
And
Student
these are
volun-
only seniors, right?
Yeah,
Those are
it would
seniors,
just-
Yeah, it's just-
graduating seniors.
I mean, we can just kind of figure out what other people do some more and, you know, it's just that if we're gonna do like a senior year, I guess we gotta catch them before everybody's out of school, probably. Or I don't know, maybe we could still do it in the fall.
It didn't sound like it was a long time to do, like, you know, they didn't start at the beginning of the school year or anything.
Oh, okay.
I talked to Edwards and they sounded like it was pretty easy thing to do. It wasn't really headache.
I mean, nowadays they don't do senior pictures, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, do they?
Well, and the vendor is Edwards, the one that we use, because we actually called them and they, you know, they're the ones that did it.
So this would start for next school year for seniors that are gonna graduate next year.
Correct, because you'd have to
How
get
long
their
would they
senior
stay up,
picture.
like, year-round?
Well, that's what I don't know, how long they leave them
I-
up.
And there'd be.
I think they're up like the last couple months of the school year.
See, I think Piranhas went up shortly after their spring breaks. so.
And so there'd be like different groups that contribute to buy these and we'd be one of those groups. that-
Right, and we could do that. We could see if that's what, you know, we're just actually starting the conversation. We made some calls and we haven't even reached out to the school. So,
A couple years ago, Edwards was the one who did the signs in people's yards during COVID. For Langsberg.
Did do that, didn't they? Just literally put the sign, because the kid didn't get to graduate on the stage. and all
Right.
that. So they used their face, put it in.
That's what I was talking about. That's
so
what
maybe that's how
Warren
that-
still does it. It just they go out in front of the school.
Okay, all right. Now I see why or a reason or whatever. It's making more sense.
that must be what started it, maybe.
I'm assuming,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does, I don't know. I just think, I don't know why, but it seems cool when you go like one of these downtowns and you see the high school kids on the poles. So
Maybe we ought to just put it out. there.
maybe that sounded. poorly.
Yes. We don't actually need the kid on the pole.
Or their face.
Yeah.
That's what happens to bad kids.
Exactly. We post them right here. They don't go in the post office anymore. We put them right up on the pole. Oh, shoot.
Anyway, that was what we kind of been working on. And then 219 Grand River is supposed to be coming down. In case you guys haven't noticed any activity over there yet.
For the house.
Good.
There was a
Burned
little
out
bit
one.
this morning,
Oh.
wasn't there?
Is it being rebuilt?
Front porch was gone.
I don't,
I think it was the other day, actually.
no, yesterday, the front porch and some other things disappeared.
Disappeared.
I watched that guy
I
all
mean,
weekend.
like dismantled. and salvaged.
I like his graffiti.
Yeah.
So, this, like, the whole thing is just gonna be down and cleaned up, hopefully, like, at least, so no one will be in there trespassing during the carnival, and we're kind of concerned for the safety of everyone, that with all these people coming to town and the rides and the,
And they'll be parking right in front of it and around the
Yeah.
edges
I
and
mean, people park down both sides of Grand River all the way to West Street, so, we've been working pretty hard the last week or two to get that done, and hopefully tomorrow. I mean, I know they worked on it some today, so.
so they set up a lot of stuff. I seen the equipment's down there tonight and all the backhoes.
You won't make them all.
we're still actually waiting for consumers to cap the gas. It's off at the meter, but we need it at the
with the student.
Y or whatever.
We
Or you
dug
might
down-
get rid of the block.
Yeah.
We dug down today and disconnected the sewer. That's what they were doing down there today. So,
Hopefully, that's on the move.
Are we
Cool.
filling it?
Hmm?
Are we filling it when we take it all out? Are we filling it with dirt or anything?
I don't have all the details.
Well, I just- well,
I mean,
Hopefully.
we hired
just
somebody to
yeah.
clean it up. So I assume that they're gonna do
Clean it
whatever
up while
the
we're.
county requires.
Yeah.
sure they're gonna have to fill it in. It'd be just as dangerous sitting there with the holes that would have been. with-
No, I gotta believe they got cleaned up. Okay, let's get out of here.
Wow.
Get to your ball game. whatever.
Record.
Ball game. What, Tiger?
No, my grandson.
Oh, outside.